the stories are told. Warrior hearts beating brave and bold. Small town pride in the air we breathe. The spirit of the game will never leave. Forever and always go Warriors, we shout. With fans in the stands, there's never a doubt. Game day Saturdays where memories ignite. Under the lights we fight the good fight.
Welcome to the latest episode of the Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast. What you can't see is Troy and I are holding hands.
You can't see it because there's a helmet here.
There is a helmet right there.
Oh, you moved your hand. You pointed.
Oh, God.
Oh, it was the
right
other hand.
there. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
my hand got a little sweaty holding yours.
Yeah, that happens.
That happens.
We're doing a side-by-side episode of the Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast because we're heading into our last game, and the boys are very focused on what it is that they're supposed to do on Saturday, and we're a little bit behind on our scheduling anyway, so we were just talked about it at the Wednesday night show, and I was like, hey, maybe we ought to do a show. We probably ought to get somebody, and then there's like, how about just... We haven't done a show for...
No, it's been a long time since it's just been the two of us here together, Troy. You know, I miss those times. And, just being able to...
That's why we're sitting next to each other.
Talk football.
Yeah.
You know, that way we're not having to switch back and forth, and you guys you have the luxury of seeing us the whole time.
Sit back, relax, enjoy whatever it is we're going to talk about.
Grab a beer, if you will.
All right, I will. In fact, I will enjoy this small beer that I brought into the studio today.
Swear to God, officer, I just had one.
Just one, and Andy,
I love it.
It's the Green Weenie Beer Garden. Now,
What does it say? Lederhosen, beer, and polka.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need the Lederhosen.
Have we not lost culturally the will to polka?
Yeah, I mean, polkas really get you. I mean, polkas. There's just something to polka to get you going. I
don't know how
on Saturday. I can play it.
There is such a thing called the Hawkeye Victory Polka.
Oh, well, okay. I'm gonna try to remember. I'm in charge of the music, and in the last game, in case you didn't notice, the music was a little weird, and that's because the high dollar value computers that they use at Waldorf for the cheer team and various other things that they've got going on. Sorry, maybe an update would be helpful occasionally, and then we need they could not operate their computer. They couldn't operate the computer for the cheerleaders. It was very bad weather, as you well all know if you were at the game or even if you watched it. And
been in worse.
Yeah.
I've been in worse.
It was like the cheerleaders came out at about 2 minutes to the start of the game. That's not quite true. They were there about 10 till we do the national anthem.
Right.
And then they do a cheer in the Waldorf fight song, and none of that stuff could load. They just couldn't get it to work.
That's too bad.
I felt bad for the girl that was doing it. She's up there every home game. But so it was up to me. And if you didn't notice, there was a lot more...
I didn't notice the music.
Yeah, well, it was when I played music, it was definitely... older man music.
Well, can you give me a bit of a playlist and tell me what some of the things we played since I didn't pay attention? Like, do you have anything right off?
I mean, I left my phone way over on the other side. I'd have to get up and go get it and all of that. But it's like it was a lot of 80s rock. There was some 80s rock in there. We had some other things. It was just whatever I felt.
Did you play Kiss Lick It Up?
No.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
No,
I don't know if that's exactly how it sounds, but it's pretty close.
It's pretty good, yeah. So anyway, if I had a bar, though, Andy, and I never have, I would call it the Green Weenie, because this was a gift from my brother-in-law, a Gridiron member, Reed Burkholder, and he he gave this, I think, as a birthday gift to me, or maybe.
And what is there a significance to the Green Weenie?
Well, I'm an Army guy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh,
yes.
And so you wear olive drab, so
just green weenie. Just a
all right.
green weenie guy in the barn, another one of those green weenies,
and
like you'd see along in the bars at the military bases.
All right.
Out there.
Well,
and around Toma and Sparta, Wisconsin. There's lots of green weenies hanging around there.
That's true.
Yeah. So I thought it would be a great name for a bar, and every man I think at some point wants to own one. You actually did.
Yeah.
And this is as far as I've gotten, but
and that's a good start. That's a man-sized beer.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But I mean, speaking of being a green weenie, hats off to you, sir, for your service to our country as we celebrate last Monday, the Veterans Day.
All right.
Yeah. So thank you for your service. I hope you know how much people like me and probably all the folks listening appreciate people like you that answer the call.
Well, it was an honor to do that, and I didn't think about it when I enlisted. Like, it wasn't part of my plan to get a free meal at Applebee's when I retired or whatever. And I never do that stuff because I'm a little embarrassed. Like, I can pay for my own meal, and I don't. So, but thank you very much, and thanks to all of the. And your dad was a service member.
Yep,
was
Navy, 1957 to 62. He ended up with a year extension. With President Kennedy there and during the Cuban Missile Crisis.
All right.
And he thought, man, that was going to be it. We're going to war. It was going to be it.
I mean, everybody.
He said it was. He said we were getting ready. We were going to go all out nuclear war with the Soviet Union and Cuba. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And Khrushchev flinched.
Yeah. The old Russian flinch. And to our friends, by the way, who do listen, I don't know who you are in Russia, then
go read your
Don't take that personally. We don't want nuclear war.
What are these boys talking about us? We did not flinch. Not at all.
I did not.
Yeah, Natasha, you must get moose and squirrel and light up Cuba.
That's it. Hit the button. Push the button.
Come on, please. Do something.
I'll show you flinch.
Yeah, we got to save face here somehow.
Yeah, this is weird that we don't do more shows by ourselves because we're just.
And you know what? Should we do it more like with different accents?
Text the show, folks. What do you think?
Yeah, what accent do you want to hear?
We can work on it.
I can do a lot of different accents usually. I mean, not impressions, accents. So maybe that is kind of an impression. I don't know which. My name is Igor Strovinsky. Yeah, and I just made that up on the fly.
That's pretty good. I mean, that was like Firebird Suite level Stravinsky.
I watched a lot of Bullwinkle.
That was
Natasha. We must get moose and squirrel.
Oh,
Boris, darling.
I do remember that.
You guys gotta love this, do you not? Yeah. I swear to God, this is a football podcast. It's a Waldorf Gridiron Club.
Yeah,
football podcast.
Anyway, we could probably have green weenie level size. This is proper level for
a leader.
That's what it is.
Yeah, well, it is
a leader. You did it.
It's a Stein.
2.5 beers in there.
Yeah, it's a Stein. So that's like, the old Stein hoist. How long can you hold it out there? I don't have a bicep. So I do have a bicep. It's just detached. I'll show it to you sometime. It's kind of cool. I could hold it with my right hand. But
with your right hand?
Yeah, exactly. My hands are still cold. I was out at practice, so I probably don't. Well, and I'm old.
Yeah, not that. I mean, you're getting up there. You're doing fine. You're not.
Well, if you want to know, so this is what?
It's your birthday today.
Yes, it is.
Happy birthday to you. You're giving me credit for being a veteran, and it's like you're sitting over there.
All I did was not die. I mean, that's not hard. Just take care of yourself, folks.
That's right.
56 years old today, folks, and I've been blessed beyond measure. I got a beautiful wife. I got two beautiful daughters. I got a son-in-law, and then I've got my granddaughter, my grandson, my mom. I mean, again, lots of friends. I couldn't ask for a more blessed and rich life.
Best.
And then I get to be part of Waldorf football.
I heard a song by Ben Rector. I saw him we talked about it last week at the Grand Ole Opry.
Damn near killed her.
Ben Rector, damn near. I mean, I'm sure he's never heard that, but he is like the most 90s dad-looking dude you've ever heard. His music's not country. It's very pop, but he just lives in Nashville. And
Does he wear New Balance white shoes?
He wears almost like a members-only jacket. But
those were so cool. I had one.
A regular plaid shirt and then khakis or jeans and just tennis shoes. He's not a country singer, but he's just amazing. He's got a song out there that's called "The Richest Man in the World," and it's all about I'm the richest man in the world. I've got a wife who loves me and my baby girl, two boys that know that and it's just like
that's awesome.
Yeah, I screwed up the lyrics. Sorry, Ben Rector. I'm sure you're watching this. But,
Ben.
Yeah. But you should listen to that. That's exactly what you just did. And he's also got a Thanksgiving song, which is awesome, and it should be on everybody's Thanksgiving playlist because there just aren't that many Thanksgiving songs.
I don't equate Thanksgiving with holiday music.
Yeah, well, this is the Thanksgiving.
I guess I will now.
It's really great.
Okay.
Yeah, and you'll like it.
Ben damn near killed her.
Yeah, you got it. Ben Rector. There you go. So, speaking of Thanksgiving, that's the next thing that's coming up after the game next week.
There.
Tomorrow we've got our game. We'll talk about that in a second. Thanksgiving's coming up. After that, the guys are going to be all on finals week. Following this weekend,
getting them done.
They are going to pop smoke and get out of town on Friday or sooner. Maybe some of them don't even have tests to take, so they'll be leaving early, and they won't be back until the middle of January. So what I was thinking we could do, Andy, is
you're hearing it here first. I'm excited.
On Monday, is it Monday that they all come in at one point in the afternoon? They all come in. They kind of do a
I don't know.
I know that there's not going to be a Sunday meeting.
Right.
That's what Coach told me. There's not going to be a Sunday meeting, so it's like a Monday afternoon when they come in. Maybe they turn in or whatever. I don't know what.
I don't know what the plan is. I know that we're already starting to collect some equipment. Some of the stuff like they don't need practice pants anymore, or belts, since we're wearing a certain pant on Saturday that already has a belt built into it and all that stuff. So, trying to get it back.
We need to get a third of them, coaches and players, a third of them to record some podcast Thanksgiving messages, a third to do a Christmas. And
work that out with Coach Chapa, that would be wonderful.
So that we'll have those episodes taken care of and all all good. So
we
can get that done.
Well, we usually kind of take a break over the holidays a little bit, just because we're trying. It's a grind. You got the season, and Troy, you're busy with between school board and the high school sports boosters, the Waldorf Gridiron Club, all your game day stuff, all the different things you call, plus your life. Raising a family and like how much I was thinking about that on the way out to the bunker tonight. Like, how much longer do we have until baby Thompson comes rolling along?
Oh, about 3 months. So
my gosh,
February, maybe a little less.
That's so exciting. I cannot wait to see pictures of you and Heidi and that little kid. Oh man, I'll tell you what, that's.
Yeah, we're looking. I mean, we're excited. We're looking.
How can you not? It's there's nothing better. Like Snapchat. I'm old. 56 now. So the reality is, like, I'm not big tech, but at the same time, when it comes to Snapchat, like in the mornings when my daughter gets up with my granddaughter, Gabe gets up and he's off to school in the middle of the damn morning. So I don't get to see pictures of him, but that picture of that little girl every morning, I don't care if you're in a bad mood, if you're tired, if you're cranky, if you don't feel good, there's just something
makes
about
you happy.
It. Man, I'll tell you what, it's just, she's an angel. Yeah. They were here last weekend. They were hoping to go to the game, but I don't know, folks, if you watched the game or if you were there, it snowed the entire time that we were there.
Started at 10 o'clock, maybe a little before 10, didn't let up.
No, it did not. And as a matter of fact, after the game got over, big flakes.
Yeah, and it was hard to see. Obviously, the field was covered in snow. A lot of times this time of year, it just melts away, but that is not the case. It went and stuck and, piled up a little bit. And then I know that we had, I don't know who was doing it. Chad Gassman was out there.
Yeah, Gassman and
running the lines with the shovels.
And Noah Miller was out there doing it too, just trying to keep it open, because that's what the officials wanted, like make sure the goal line and the sidelines are clear, and anything else you can do is just great.
Yeah.
So I was out there pregame just trying to clear some, every 10 yards.
Yeah.
But man, it looked like a war zone out there on Monday and Tuesday. Just clumps from the snow collected the infill. And
did it?
Yeah, and it just so there's little piles of infill
really
all over the place. Now they're getting worn back down, and on either tonight after practice or Saturday morning bright and early, I'll get out and drag the field one more time this season just to kind of get it done. And if hopefully we can keep away from the snow so I can condition the field one more time, hoping and praying that we get new turf next year. Hoping and praying that we get new turf next year.
Feel pretty confident that's going to happen.
And you know what? I have not had any confirmation, but Gridiron members, if this does come to fruition in the off season, we're going to come to you guys and ask for donations because, we're going to ask because Waldorf, again, fields are not cheap. The Gridiron Club wants to make sure that there's a big, beautiful W in the middle of that field with the helmet. Not the Iowa, but you can see the little logo right there. And in our end zones, purple end zones with big white letters, Waldorf on one side, Warriors on the other. That would be my dream. And if we could, I would love to have in gold letters, Boldstorff Field.
Yeah.
You know, just right there to honor that man that made this place what it is.
Yeah, to make the end zones and get that center deal there. I'm not sure about the Boldstorff letters, but I mean it's $25,000 to $30,000 extra, and the agreement that they have with the school district, because the school and Waldorf wisely have a 28E agreement where they share facilities. And so when they first started doing that back in, I don't know, 2013, I guess, maybe 12, somewhere
2011 is when that field was installed.
Okay, so 2011. So, I mean, so that cost at that time, that was Mays Education. And they did a lot of good things improvement-wise and business-wise for Waldorf.
They sure did.
They were really wrapped around the axles about branding, and they were not interested in having, like on the football field at the high school, it couldn't have any Forest City logo on it, because just in case by some off chance Waldorf wanted to roll over there and play a soccer game or a football game or whatever. And so no branding. And then so likewise, then the school district responded, well, ditto, no branding for you.
Yep.
And now that is over, and it's been over for 2 or 3 years now, and everybody wants the branding, and so not blaming Mays, but they were wrong in that decision, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but so that's why the end zones aren't the right color in either field, and so that's going to get corrected, and so the school district pays for half of the Waldorf thing, and the Waldorf pays their half, and then vice versa for the high school football field, which isn't quite. There's another year.
It's getting close. Yeah, it's getting close. You know, the high school field is it's a year newer. It's significantly better, probably just from maintenance, because Dan Millard out there at the school does a bang up job with everything in that physical plant, making sure that it's just top notch. And I'm sure that he's got a schedule. And again, I'm not throwing stones at Waldorf, but like those guys are. There's a large area, a lot of structure that they have to maintain. And it's just not something that they're going to put. So I've kind of tried to take it upon myself to do that as much as possible. But I mean, you're putting lipstick on a pig, Troy.
Yeah.
Because it's really, you're not going to bring that field back. The fibers that are in there, most of them are gone. I'll tell you what. Every Saturday I take that little red cart that we drive around. I take 2 loads of mostly infill and fibers off of that field. Just because that's what's sitting there, because every time that somebody plants, it's just a little bit harder. And we've had 15 seasons now of that.
Yeah.
So, and plus then you got the marching band that comes there and practices and drags all the crap all over it. You've got
fabulous Blue Stars.
Yes. You've got our soccer teams, men's and women that are out there practicing and playing on it. It gets a lot of use.
Way more than 5 times what the school gets.
Yeah, for sure. So there we are.
Yeah, so it's going to be an exciting year next year for that.
Fly the W.
Hopefully they'll so it costs money, and I guess the point is, like you were saying, to get those. Why we would ask you for money is because the budgets are built in to buy to replace the turf should be.
You bet.
But as it is, so to get the colors on there, the sports boosters for the high school, they're going to take care of the colors on the on the high school field. But then who's left to do that for boosters on the other side? It's not going to be the soccer boosters. I don't even think. I don't know if there are any of those. So it's going to be you. It's going to be us. We're going to take care of that.
And gladly.
We're going to need your help, just like we did last year with the trees. And that was $20,000, and you guys came and we raised more than that. And so same deal. We just keep plugging away and making improvements, making it better for our players. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. It's a safer playing surface. And you bring in the recruits. We've got 72 people, I believe, like 36 to 40 recruits coming to campus tomorrow to see what Waldorf's all about. We had 3 kids commit on Saturday that came to visit, which is awesome, in the snow. I mean, they knew what they're getting in. I mean,
they know our record, and they know the snow, and they know the situation, and they're like, "Yep, I'm coming here. That's exciting." And these are like regional JUCO, so it's like they're obviously within traveling distance. I think they had 6 that weren't able to make it.
Yep,
probably because of the weather. That's not too bad. There was 30 of them there, and then, like you said, if we have 36 again for tomorrow, that's amazing. And so that's a ton. We're going to graduate 12 seniors, and so we're going to recognize recognize them tomorrow, and they're going to go on and do great things and always be warriors, and can't wait for them to come back and be alum and gridiron members. But this is their last game. They've just given so much to the program, particularly if they've been here for the last 4 or 5 years. You think about Luke, you think about Nico, some of these guys that have just been here for
Keegan Handel, Christian Giroux,
absolutely, Keegan.
I mean, like there's so many of these kids. That, and we're not going to go through the list because we're going to forget somebody.
And we're going to name them tomorrow as well.
Yeah, and we got 12 dudes that are. This is the last ride, and it's emotional. I mean, for me, for those guys, these are our kids.
Yeah, and they're going to go on the right way. They're going to commence and go on to the next thing. And we love having them around. And we're going to see. So 12 are going to go. We have a roster goal of between 130 and 140. We let some people go this season. Just they didn't make the cut. They weren't fitting the bill, and so we're going to have to come back with about 40, I suppose 30 or 40 recruits, and that's okay because those guys can do it. Coaches are working hard on it, and they've got some good commits, and that makes it exciting for us in our January, February. Once we get past the bowls, start talking about who's committing.
Yeah, for sure. And that's going to be exciting, obviously, to see that new stock of Warriors coming in to play on Bull Store Field. It's always fun to get to know those kids, and but we got so many great kids coming back. We've got a lot of young players playing right now. And they haven't had the success on the football field, but when you're talking to these other GPAC coaches, and they're telling you you got to weather the storm, because if you're going to do it the right way, which our coaching staff is, if you're going to do it the right way, there's pain involved. Now you can bring in dudes. You can just bring in like, hey, we're going to give you this. And we have dudes, but you can bring in those guys that are just like, we may not have any business, but you're bringing in problems too.
It could be that way. I had a
bring in the right people
like that on Wednesday night after the coaches show. If you've never been to Warriors Live out at Shooters, you're missing out. It's a fun time.
It was a great time.
Of course, people stay around afterwards.
I do not.
He gets the heck out of there, but we tear down pretty quick. We're pretty pro at that. However, people do hang around. Coaches hang around, and it is fun. Mm-hmm. I get a chance to eat. Usually, everybody else is eating while I'm on the program. But I was eating my Western burger with fries, like I do. I love it. The Western burger is pretty much my go-to.
Shooters got it going.
They do.
Yes.
And talking to some local guys that had some questions, like why wouldn't they just go get more of the JUCO guys? And I said, well, we've got last Saturday and this Saturday got a lot of JUCO guys in. That's certainly there's nothing wrong with that. JUCO guys, they got to go somewhere too. There's good players, but we had that conversation. I said sometimes that can be a problem, and it's ideally what you want to do is you want to bring them in as a freshman, and then it's like they don't know up from down, so you teach them. Like you build them into what you want the program to represent. And sometimes people come with baggage, and that can be problematic. I'll be honest, sometimes people come with regional values that do not fit into what we're doing in Iowa. And you see that either with us or in the GPAC, and they don't usually last long. They have to either change their way of doing business on the field and in practice, or they probably need to find another place that's more interested in.
You got to bring in the right guys. You got to bring in the right guys that are going to fit with what you're trying to do. And that's what the coaching staff is adamant about. This isn't about just numbers. This is about people. So that you're continuing to build your culture, you're getting buy-in, and like we said earlier, we're playing a bunch of young dudes. We got some great kids that are, in that junior and senior class. Again, we're saying goodbye to 12 seniors tomorrow. And
if they come from Texas or Louisiana or California, and one of the things about last Saturday's game was that just the intel. I don't know what you were hearing. You had the people that are kind of from around here that were like, this is dream come true time. This is like
Yes.
this is like frozen tundra, NFL, boom, 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 frozen tundra with the Packers back in the day. Like that's what you want. But in the minds of maybe some of our warmer weather, warmer climate experienced players, this was hell on earth. And it is. Everybody knows if you play in the Midwest, particularly the upper Midwest, and you played football back in the day, that first shot that you take in that really cold weather,
it hurts.
It hurts twice as much. It's a stinger every time. Yeah. Why? Because you're frozen, but then but that's part of the beauty of the game.
It is.
And so then you get that respect when you see the January 1st game in Lambeau, and they're like, are you out of your mind? It's like 12 degrees,
and they're sold out and everybody's there.
And the players are like sleeveless.
Well, our guys.
I mean, they're covered with that stuff, but like.
Well, yeah, but our guys were out there pregame and
they had their shirts off.
Shirts off. Most of them had their socks and shoes off too.
Yeah, the guys from kind of the cold weather area, they were like all about it. And not everything.
Even just though. I mean, it was just like it was positioned. Yeah, everybody was kind of in on it.
Get into it. Yeah. So the advantage to that is like if you come from here, you already are used to it.
Yeah.
If you don't come from here, but you came in as a freshman, by the time you should be really playing is as a junior, you're used to it because you've seen it before. Now, we certainly saw it in our previous conference when we traveled to eastern Montana, Mayville, and places like that. We had some bad storms that were up there. You said
there was the game at Dickinson State where quite literally, you didn't have much room going out of bounds until you hit the snowdrift that was 4 feet high. That's all they could do with the snow. And again, they got the game off, but that's playing football in the upper Midwest. And the coaches don't hide that from the kids. Like, it's going to get cold.
Yeah.
You're going to need a jacket. And I love the kid to death. Poor Luke Valdez at halftime was sitting in the fetal position, just rubbing his poor hands, trying to get some circulation back. Well, I've got electric hand warmers.
Yeah.
I'm no fool. And I cranked them babies up and said, here, Luke. Yeah. Now, normally I charge them up over halftime. Didn't get the opportunity, so about midway through the third quarter, they died.
Yeah.
They didn't last that long, which is fine. But, hey, if Luke's hands got warm, more power to him. But, poor guy he's a San Antonio kid, and he got cold. It was his first day.
Is he Texas or is he a California?
No, he's Texas.
All right,
he's San Antonio, Texas.
I love all of the guys, and I'm happy that they're here. And there is a Midwestern weather, and there's a reason that you can't play football year round up here, and there's a reason the Big Ten's the Big Ten, and the NFC North and all that. I mean, there's something to it.
Black and blue.
However, you got to expect that, and. That's not why we didn't win the game on Saturday. No. We didn't win the game on Saturday because we didn't do anything that was
held the ball for 12 minutes.
Not good. Yeah, that was frustrating.
Yeah, to say the least.
In the defense, I put it in the Wednesday show. It's like, we had like four. I don't remember the exact number. I mean, it's not that important. It was like 439 points that we've got, and 336 or something like that are unanswered. So it's 370. So I can't remember the exact, but
it's close. Yeah, it's around there.
It's just too many, and so it's like, a defense isn't doing what they need to do either. They're on the field for 47 minutes.
Yeah. It's a lot
in that game, and offense could not get anything going until the end.
Mm-hmm.
And then it seemed different. Like now, and that was all in the first half, and in the third and the fourth quarter. Third quarter, nothing happened on either side.
No,
that was the Briarcliff we know and love.
Yeah,
they were there. They were not doing anything. We weren't doing. Mm-hmm. We were not also getting there, but we could see sparks. And then in the fourth quarter, we came around, scored twice. They scored once, but they'd already had 21 going into the
halftime. You bet.
And so, Coach talked about all that on Wednesday night. We don't need to rehash and relive it, but it's just kind of been the story of our season. And last year, we didn't know entirely what to expect. We knew the competition level was going to be bigger. But look, with the exception of a couple of teams that are like unnecessarily close to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, everybody else is playing with basically Midwestern farm kids, or just city, small town kids from 5'7" to 6'4", and accomplishing national championships or playoffs.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if we need a 600-mile radius. I'm not opposed to it. I just if that's a reason to go back to the old stomping grounds, and Waldorf's going to pay for it, fine. But it's like, I just feel like there's just a lot of good things in a 300-mile radius.
There is.
It's a lot closer. Nobody is looking at Northeast Iowa for whatever reason, and we've got, Keegan Streeter was on the program on Wednesday night.
Yep, Southwind kid.
Keegan's from Southwind. That's Kalmar. That's Decorah area. A Walk-On's a good program right up there in that neck of the woods. There's program. They don't even have to be good programs. You're going to find individual players in 1, 2, and 3A ball that aren't going to play necessarily. No. And where are they going to go? Wartburg, Luther. Come on, no offense, Courtney, but like, where are they going? I mean, Winona, maybe. There's Iowa, Upper Iowa's there. That's D2. Yeah. But I mean, there's no NAIA school around in Northeast Iowa, so
none in Minnesota,
and none in Minnesota.
0.
Yeah, so we're very close to Minnesota.
Yeah,
that's how you get an Isaac Burgett.
Yeah, you sure do. And I'll tell you what, there's our guys, and
our specialists from Minnesota.
Yeah, I know.
What's that all about?
Stillwater and was it Elmore or something?
I mean, where was like 40 miles away. Yeah. Just north of us.
Yeah. They're from Minnesota.
Anyway.
Yeah, they like hockey. Yeah, don't understand that game.
I did see, hey, you know what, though? I did see, for those of you that count in sips, like I didn't even take one there, just so you know. There was a...
Heidi?
Yeah. There's like, the level's the same. We'll go back and review the film. Connor Parker's, he said on our show that his grandpa listens to the show, watches the show. He listens to it anyway.
Yeah.
I met him.
You did?
I did. I met him.
That's so awesome.
I met him at the concession stand on Saturday at the game, and he said he loved it. Well, he introduced himself to me, and I didn't, and it was just great. He's like, yeah, it was good. That was a great show. And then he said who he was, and he also said that Connor knows exactly where that tattoo parlor is.
That's by Zap.
He knows that tattoo parlor
right there.
So maybe he doesn't have one, but
no, that's fine. Yeah, we talked about the unholiness of my body.
Yeah, that's right.
It happens.
Yeah.
So one of the things that it's kind of frustrating being a Warrior fan right now, and it is, but it's not. I see what the coaches are doing. I get to be around the program a lot more intimately than
you do.
That 99% of the folks that are listening to this, that attend the games, and I can tell you that we're going the right direction, and it sure as heck doesn't feel like it. But, and our kids, we need to learn how to win. And it's not just about winning games. It's, I had a conversation with Chris Walter today, and I said, the air comes out of the tires when something bad happens, but there's nothing we can do about it, and I told you about, looking at, what does victory mean, and I told Coach, he and I were standing out there. I said, did a little research. It's United States Army War College. They have an equation.
Yeah.
R equals M times W. R is the strength of your resistance. So you have two teams or two armies going up against each other, and whoever has the best strength of resistance should be victorious. But that's the equals. You're going for the R, but you need the means. What do you have available to you? That's your personnel, your training and things like that. But then the W is the biggest part. And that's really where we need to get to so that it becomes part of our custom, and that's strength of will. It's about making rational decisions. It's about grit. It's about determination. It's about just all those intangibles that it's so hard to coach, because you can tell a kid, you need to win mentally every play. And sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I mean, that is okay. But it's like, as we talk about that, I was trying to put something together, and I was thinking about asking Coach to be able to speak to the team. Cause I'm heartbroken for tomorrow, saying goodbye to some of these kids, and I'll see them at commencement as well, I hope. But that last jog on to Bullstor Field is bittersweet. they've given so much to this program. They haven't had the success on the gridiron like what we want for them and they want for themselves too. But then it's like I told you that we could talk about the story of Job, and it relates just because, Job kept faith in what he believed in throughout all the trials and tribulations that were forced on him. He lost everything. And at the end of the day, he's greatly rewarded for his faith and never straying from that. Now, obviously our coaching staff are not gods. But the reality is that our guys, as long as we stay true to the mission and what we believe here, we're going to have success. We're going to get that in the end.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a great analogy. Job, the story of Job can be, used in a lot of ways. But I concur that's, here there's their friend. His friends came and visited him. And
well, it's because you're a sinner, man.
Well, at first they sympathized with him,
right.
And then they just said, "Well, these are all the reasons that you are bad, and this is why
evil.
this all happened." Job did lose everything. He lost everything. He did get his family back, but not like in a magical way. He had a new family. So those people did all really die.
Yeah, he lost everything.
So Job's faith was tremendous, and seeing it through, and I mean that heartache is. And even, Job, he never denies God, but he really, at some point, he's like, why don't you just kill me?
Yeah.
Why?
But that was the rule that when that God made with Satan, he said, you can do anything you want with him. You can't kill him.
Yeah. At first, you couldn't even lay a hand on him. And then the devil.
Yeah. Then it's like, how about boils?
I mean, of course.
Yeah. Do some boils.
So just boils. Can you imagine?
Oh my God.
Just the worst. With the Army thing, I had some experience with that, not the Army War College, but
right.
It's such a different animal. I mean, I've said many times, football exists because Civil War veterans wanted their sons to know what battle was like without having to die. And of course, when they invented it up until about 1908, a lot of them did die until the forward pass and a few other things. Thanks, Teddy Roosevelt. But
Jack Trice.
Those, crazy times. And
Jack Trice, why the stadium's named after, the University of Minnesota, because of the color of his skin.
Yeah.
And they were brutal to him. The man died.
Yeah. That was injuries. Well past the.
Yeah. But still.
Yeah.
Because of the color of his skin.
For sure. Yeah. And
ridiculous. It's
just, if you have. The Army's got the advantage of being able to take you and put you into a place for 10 weeks that you can't get away from.
Yeah.
And they don't want you there if you don't want to be there either, but they're going to let you know that while you're there, it's going to be a difficult road. So the whole basic training thing, that concept does not exist in football. It can't, because you chose to go to this college, you picked it, it's a business. You're actually the customer when you're the student and as a parent, so you want to get the best, so you can't come in Army style or Marine style and as much as you may want to and so that's the problem, because part of the key factor of it is a problem. A key factor in basic training is you will be broken down.
Yeah.
And it's not like they're trying to, destroy your life. It's just you need to part yourself from whoever it is that you thought you were when you stepped in this, because now it's not about you. Everybody here is in the same uniform. Everybody's got the same haircut. We're all struggling through the same things. No one here is special. In fact, that's it. And so, it's hard to do that, I think, in a college environment, because you can't. Everybody that comes in, if you're a college athlete, you're already probably one of the better players in your high school.
Yeah.
So you're big time in your own mind, and then you come and you find out everybody here is big time, and that's good for you to take that knock. But they're not. If you were to come down hard on them, they wouldn't. They would say, "Well, I'm gonna." If you were gonna really come down hard on them, they'd say, "Well, I don't have to take this," and they're right. They don't, and they can leave. And so it's a weird deal. I wish that you, when you talk about the will, you have, when you're in basic training, you get broke down so that you can separate yourself. They cut your hair off not because they don't like all your hair or your hairstyle. They cut your hair off because it's almost to be honest with you, it's like almost an ancient knight thing, where when you were to become a knight, you would you would have your hair all shaved off, you would pray all night, your vanity would be removed, and then you would get up the next morning, or you'd pray all night, and the next morning you would be benighted. And so that's the same kind of concept. Like, you shave your hair because we want we want all that taken away. We don't do that in college. Everybody's got their own little ego and their own attitude, and that gets in the way of so much, because when you take all that other stuff away, you make everybody dress the same, and you make everybody fold their clothes the same way and make their bed the same way, believe me. And then all of that, what happens is then now you can say, oh, and by the way, here are our 7 values. Loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. Those are our values. That's who we are. And here is our ethos, the warrior ethos. And here is our soldier's creed. This is what you believe. This is what we believe. If you're one of us, this is what you believe. And you know that. You memorize that. You can be quizzed on that. It can be asked of you at any time. And if you say it enough, you start to believe it. I know it sounds very cult-like, but that is when we talk about the Army will, when you are one unit, because you all have the same values, you all believe in the same thing, you all know that the person to your left, right, and behind you and in front of you all went through the same things. That's how you win. It's very hard to get that going in college. I wish we could, because if you can replace the egos, just any high school kid coming in from anywhere or junior college, if you can replace that ego, that eliminates a lot of your portal problems. It eliminates the inability to adapt to a particular way of doing things or coaching styles. And then if it's coupled with values, like, this is who we are, and if they just have to know it and they're quizzed on it just like it was a part of their grade and their scholarship depends on it, then maybe you have something there. Because we all do wear the same uniform. They got that part right.
And it's literally about denying yourself and understanding that the greater good is those around you. It's your brother to your right, your brother to your left, and your brother behind you, and that you do your job because they depend on it. And that's what you build on a football team as well. And I'm not saying we don't do that. And I'm not saying we don't believe that. But
I know Coach Chapa does.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And it's like,
I mean, there
isn't anybody in this program that's in a coaching role or a leadership role that doesn't believe that we can win. And it's like it feels that Tuesday was bad practice. Wednesday was a better practice. Tonight it wasn't bad. It wasn't fantastic. And I will guarantee you that, tomorrow it's going to feel a little bit better. And then by Saturday, it's like, wow, we got this. But we got to take that out onto the field against Doane on Saturday at 1:00 and just prove it. Prove it to ourselves.
Yeah.
And then prove it to them, because they're coming in with one victory. They beat Midland, which is
19-18 was the score.
Yeah, it was a quality win for Doane and Coach Johnson down there. And he's trying to do the same thing. He came in last year. He struggled. Obviously, they took it to us. That was our first game of the year last year.
It was. I can tell you now that it's a year ago. So we went down there. We met We met Littrell.
Yep.
Littrell was there, all dressed in purple. Former head coach of Waldorf University.
Hope he's coming up.
And I hope so too. He left at a little after half. He had to take one of his kids. They were going to a golf tournament.
Oh, yeah.
He might have stayed a little bit longer, but so my son Colin was hanging around because they're the same age.
Yep.
And so it was good for them to see each other again.
You bet.
They were hanging out. Josh left. They left maybe a little early so they could get to the golf tournament. And Colin said that he said, I gotta go. These are both terrible. And I mean, he has a distinct opinion about Waldorf football because he came and really flipped a switch. And I know, and he brought in Tyler Chapa, and he brought in Will Finley too. And so like those guys, so like they're trying to get that. Now he also did not play in the GPAC, and so we're not building up any mountains out of molehills, but it is. I hope he does. I hope you are there, Coach.
Bring the fam.
And the weather's going to be nice. But he was right. They was two bad teams playing football last year, and you know what? This year, it's two bad teams playing football again. Because and that doesn't mean we're bad kids or bad. It doesn't. It just that's not it. We're just not there yet. And here's the fun part. Coach said on Wednesday, they play better when it's like they don't care. They've got nothing to lose.
Yeah. And here we are, two teams.
Now, Doane's got something to lose. Doane has something to lose because they do not want to be the first team in the GPAC to lose to Waldorf.
No,
because then that changes that changes things.
Technically, Briarcliff has been the team that loses from the GPAC to Waldorf almost classically.
Yeah, from the GPAC.
Yeah, but not while we're in the GPAC. Yeah,
not while we're in. Now
we played them close last year, and obviously, things didn't go well on Saturday.
No,
I don't know if you guys paid attention, but 28-12.
28-12. It wasn't our worst game score-wise, but it was,
But hey, bright side, for every minute that our offense was on the field, scored a point.
That's true. 12 minutes on the field.
That's pretty good. So if we can get out there for, say, 40 minutes, big score.
We have the possibility of having two teams tied at the bottom, which is a weird thing to cheer for. Each of us
get that first win.
1-9. And then start the documentary because that is good. That's what's going to happen for the next year. So
get the guy that narrates the NFL films.
Well, I don't know if is he still alive?
I have no idea. He's been doing it a long time if he is.
Yeah.
I could not mimic that voice.
I'd have to.
I bet you could.
Really drink some whiskey and smoke some more cigars and really get down or whatever.
Was he? I always
How
about the guy that does the Bud Light commercial? Here's to you, Mister.
That's a different voice.
Oh yeah,
he's a snarky
real man of genius.
That's right. Here's to you, Mister Potato Head Player, or whatever. I don't know, just whatever he comes up with.
We need to come up with some Waldorf Gridiron Club, real men of genius stuff.
We can do that. We can do that. Bullsies are coming up.
Oh,
that'll be a fun thing to do. And this year, as you have seen, we've been able to video broadcast through our Facebook Live very successfully. Very good audio.
Welcome.
And now this. So I think we've got to figure it out. We can broadcast live stream the Bullsies, the second annual Bullsy Awards in January.
Yep, I actually sent out a message to
21st, I think,
to the staff to say, hey, it was last week or it was before the Briarcliff game. Say, send it to Coach Joppa. Could you please forward this? Here's the categories. Start thinking of your nominees. So, but we should probably talk about this bad boy right here.
Yeah, why is this helmet? Man, I told Andy I was gonna try to put it on. And this is a small helmet. It's the size I think is extra small.
It's extra large.
It's extra large.
Oh, but it hurts. Yeah, it hurts to put it on. It's probably a little cold in here.
It's not going on. I have a extra large head. You have a.
Well, I got hair.
And you got hair. Slide it on.
That's a good look for me.
Oh, you're way better at that than I am.
Also, I spend a lot of time around helmets, Troy. But hold on. There we go. We'll get that mic right in.
Perfect.
I can't move my head.
This is all right. It may help.
I wonder if are they made for glasses? Oh yeah, look at that. I can see the camera. I can see it now, folks.
Oh look, it's 1987 all over again.
Not really.
You didn't wear your glasses in?
No,
you didn't have to.
I'm wondering,
how's this for your head?
Yeah.
Are you feeling it?
Yeah, I sure am.
Take your glasses off first.
Hey, Coach, can you take some air out of the cheeks? It's pushing on my my cheekbones.
You got air in there?
Well, yeah, there's air in there. That's those little right there. Those little things you put it. Yeah, you put in like a bike pump thing. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of hurt.
We like to have them nice and safe here. This is a rejected helmet.
It is.
But it's for a silent auction on Saturday, tomorrow. We've been talking about it to some degree from the beginning of the season. And it's the same helmet as far as the decals go. And we're gonna have it in the Porta Party will be there.
Family.
Thanks to Pritchard's Family Auto Stores. It'll be there. It wasn't there. It wasn't really conducive for it last weekend. So the Porta Party will be there. we'll be all set up as well next to it, and then everybody else that comes out. Make it a big weekend. It's the end of the season. Yeah. Harvest is over if you're farming. There's lots of good things happening. The weather's going to be great. It's a great day to come out and grill out.
Sunny and 60 degrees.
What are you going to do?
What are you doing on Saturday?
Yeah.
Get down here, support these kids, because that's one of the things they talk about time and time again is the community support. Yeah. So be that.
Yeah.
If you got nothing to do on like I think Iowa kicks off at like 2:30 out in Southern California.
Yeah, but they're in California. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
And what about Iowa State? Nobody knows.
I don't know.
Logus is no. Yeah.
Logus would know. Yeah. And Coach Clary would know. He's a big Iowa State fan.
Yeah.
So they were telling me today that they do like they play a video or something like that. So they had they played like the worst turnovers in like college football. So they just found some random YouTube video, and like most of them were Brock Purdy. And so he obviously Coach Clary didn't like that, and I don't remember Brock Purdy. I mean, he was obviously a great quarterback. He's with the Niners now, so so there was that. But yeah, so I understand that some of our favorite Division I college football teams are playing on Saturday, but they don't kick till 2:30. Get down at least for the first half. Be there for the Warrior Walk at 10:30 on Saturday and show these young men the appreciation. Get them hyped. Show them something that they just they get some
games
going.
On anyway. Games are on in the porta party, and if you really need to sit, you can use your phone. Come on out. You're not traveling out to California. I don't know where Iowa State is, but you're not doing that. So come down, celebrate another season,
Seniors,
and help out our Warriors by cheering them on. And it's senior day. So let's show these young men. Been here for the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Yes. Some of them, and just
the last ride.
Yep, absolutely.
Let's send them out with a bang.
I think so. Yeah, let's do that.
Well, Troy, I'm a little disappointed that that beer's only about half gone.
I became more self-conscious once. I keep looking at that red light on the camera, and I know that this is for posterity and everything like that. I would say probably in a former life or maybe earlier this week, I'd probably have it down a little bit further. But you know what I mean. And
they don't know what's in this.
They don't have any idea, and that's probably safe. I'll try to finish this.
It kind of burns. Oh, he's going to do it. Oh, come on. That's getting there. Boy, you're going to burp really good. That's it. No, you just hold it in.
I'm going to hold it in. I'm going to let it out on set tomorrow. I'm going to let it out tomorrow all at one time. It'll be a great...
Or just wait till you're laying next to your beautiful wife and you can just do the...
I'll let her know. It'll come out the other end then. That's the worst part. If that's like, whoa, same thing.
Yeah.
The butt belch, we call it.
Oh, really?
No, we don't call it that. I just thought of that. It's a weird thing. We won't. Maybe that's what we'll call this episode.
The butt belch.
We're trying to win a game tomorrow. And
let's go win a game.
Our hearts are. One of the things that we've always heard this season and a little bit at the end of last season was like, how do you guys like during the coaches like the Warriors live show? People during the week they'll say, what are you gonna talk about this week? I'm like, we're going to talk about the previous game, the upcoming game, and we're going to find out what's in the hearts and minds of these young men or our other coaches that are in the program. That's what we're going to do because that's what the Gridiron Club does. We love you, win or lose. Obviously, we want you to win. My mortgage isn't tied to whether Waldorf wins or loses.
It is not.
There's nothing in my the welfare of my children, with the exception maybe of one, I guess that is kind of something to do with Waldorf Warriors.
That's
but
true.
Everybody else is just this is for fun.
Yeah.
And if our boys see it as fun and they are learning something and they're getting better and we are going to win this game or the next game or whenever it happens to be, I know it's going to come, just like Job, and just do the job.
Yep. Have faith.
And let it happen.
Yeah.
In the meantime, wear purple.
And I've said 1,000 times, Troy, football is a means to an end.
That's right.
I mean, and I understand we want to win football games, but what we want is for those young men and there's 12 of them strapping up for the last time on Saturday. We want for those young men to go out and be good husbands, good fathers, good employers, employees, good members of their community, good churchgoers, and graduates. That's the goal of football. Football helps pay for it, but that's what we really want for every one of the kids that wears this color, is get out in that world and show them what a Warrior does.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a kid who plays on a team that hasn't won a game and continues to get better than join a team that's a championship and never play.
Yeah.
Never play.
Mm-hmm.
Or never have a significant role. You know, I would rather see, I just feel like even if they're losing, you're learning something. I don't know what you learn if you're part of a championship or even a winning record team and you didn't contribute.
I'd like to.
We're
going to get there.
If that's why you went to the team in the first place, yeah. I chose this team over another team.
I want a ring
because I want this. This is my chance to do it, and you didn't contribute to that. Mm-hmm. Honestly,
right.
The rest of your life, you're going to hold that ring on your hand, and you're going to be like, and you're going to take, and it's going to just be like Army stories. Your awesomeness is going to get bigger with every passing year.
Exactly.
Of removal from the program. And,
you played football in college. Yeah. Where'd you play? I played for Alabama. Oh, really? What'd you play? I was a third string scout defense.
Yeah. And the character that you'd have to have for the rest of your life to be like, you played college football? Yeah, I did. How'd it go? Like, well, I'll tell you what. We didn't win any games. And they're like, you still played? It's like, yeah. And today I'm a CEO because I know how to deal with adversity, or whatever it is. That's what I'm hoping happens because giving those Gridiron Club people back. Yeah.
That's about it, isn't it?
I guess so. Let's finish this up and I'll let you do your thing while I'm doing this.
Well, yeah. So we're going to talk about last words since we don't have a guest today. And, hopefully you guys enjoyed a little bit of this, just Troy and I, but get out on Saturday. Support these young men, and hopefully we're going for. I'm so proud of you. That's good work.
My eyes watering.
Yeah. So anyway, get out there and support our young men. Support our seniors. Tell them thank you. Be there for the Warrior Walk at 10:30, folks. This is a big deal. It's the last game of the season. It's been a grind, but it's been a beautiful one. And I look forward to tomorrow, seeing how they do. It's another opportunity. It's another opportunity. So get out there and strength of will. So we got it. Manos de piedras.
Strength of the green meanie.
He did. That's how he did that, is strength of will. And I'm impressed. All right, folks. That's going to do it for this episode of the Waldorf Gridiron Club podcast. Thanks so much for joining us. For Troy Thompson, this is Andy Buffington, and forever and always, go Warriors.
You can join the Waldorf Gridiron Club and be part of the best small college football experience in America. Just visit our website and pick your membership level at waldorfgridironclub.org. You can also click on the Support the Show link in the show notes to donate.